You ain't got the resources, then be resourceful.
When you don't have the resources, be resourceful. I'm about to share a story about growth, trial and tribulation, failure, and progress all at the same time. So make sure you stick around, because if you're struggling in your business as a real estate agent or whatever it is you got going on, I'm about to be so honest and humble with you that it's gonna bring you so much peace knowing that it's okay and you're gonna make it to the other side. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aram. I'm a real estate agent here in the Chicagoland area. If you've been following me for a while, I've been in the game for about 6 long years. I'm currently in my 7th year right now. I am not the greatest top producer in the world, but I do anywhere from like $8 to $10 million a year in production. So I'm doing okay. I own 2 apartment buildings and I'm buying more. I'm more of an investor nowadays than I am an agent. The agent just to be able to pay my bills. That being said, it wasn't always that way. So I want to take you back 4 years ago. I was 2 years into my career and that video was taken. Let me tell you what was happening on that day, what it led to, what happened 4 years later. So if you saw the video, you already know I was much younger. I was not as handsome. My teeth were not as straight because I couldn't afford Invisalign at the time. However, I'm in a Porsche Panamera, a $100,000 car. And in that video, I was on my way to film a $1.75 million house tour. Matter of fact, here's the house tour right there. That video has 58,000 views. But on that day, I had $27 to my account. I was a failed real estate agent of 2 years. I was maybe doing 3 to 5 transactions a year. It was absolutely miserable. And when you do 3 to 5 transactions a year, guess what? You also have to have a second job to be able to pay your bills as a grown adult. So I was driving Uber just to make ends meet. Matter of fact, that day, I drove Uber after filming that $1.75 million house tour. And the reason I want to share this story with you is I want to show you that even when you have nothing, even when you're struggling, nothing's really going your way, you still gotta make plays, okay? In the words of, I don't know, Primetime, is that keep making plays, because you don't, every time you make a play, you're giving yourself another chance to succeed. Now, let me tell you how I got into that Porsche. Hence the advice, when you don't have the resources, be resourceful. Because I couldn't afford to rent a Porsche. I couldn't even afford the gas to put in that Porsche, which is why I only put a quarter tank. Because it was expensive, it took premium. Gas was very expensive back then. It was not a good situation. Here's what I did. I set up a $1.75 million house tour by cold calling a for sale by owner saying, hey, I'll film the house tour for free. I couldn't afford a videographer, so I asked one of my friends, I had a camera, I said, hey man, can you help me record? And he was in videography, so he really hooked me up. I said, look, you normally charge me $200. I'll pay you $600 on the back end if I could get some type of commission out of this video. He said, no problem. So it didn't cost me anything up front to film the video. Then I called around some dealerships and says, hey, I'm a luxury real estate agent in the Chicagoland area. We're filming a $1.8 million home. I'm wondering if you would be open to showcasing some of your inventory as we pull up to the house, because I think our clientele are going to be very similar. One of them replied, said, absolutely, we would love that. And they actually let me go to their website, pick any car I want, which there was a lot of good options. I know with the Porsche Panamera, because I felt it fit the house the most. I went over there. They let me drive it out of the dealership to the house and back. It was the most incredible experience of my life. And number one, it showed me another side of life that I never knew was going to happen. So even though I didn't have the resources to be driving a Panamera, I didn't have the resources, the connections, the network, the clientele to be in a $1.75 million house, I somehow was able to figure it out. And those are some of the signs of success. If you are that individual that's constantly being resourceful, that is an absolute blessing. Because once you have the money and you can just hire people to do certain things, then you lose your edge. But when you have to be resourceful, when you have to learn how to edit your own videos because you can't afford an editor, when you have to learn how to talk to people and present your message in a way where you could get what you want, like get, like a Porsche Panamera, and all these little things, how to get into, you can't afford to go to the expensive places where people hang out. So how do you somehow infiltrate the luxury market? It's all about being resourceful, and it's a huge lesson. Now, at that time, I had nothing to my name. I was a failed real estate agent. And get this, I continued to fail for another 2 years after that. So 4 years in the game. Now, when I say fail, let me give you a synopsis. First year, I made $21,000 because I'm a grinder, okay? You work hard enough, you're gonna make some money. So I'm still Ubering. Second year, I think I made $32,000 as a realtor, something along those lines. The rest were Uber. Oh no, $28,000 as a realtor. So again, poverty line, right? Third year, I think I made 45. Fourth year, I think I made 60. But the amount that I was working it just didn't align with how much money I was making. So when I say failed real estate agent, that's what I mean. Even though I was making $60,000, you don't sign up as a realtor to make $60,000 a year. We do it to crack 6 figures. Hopefully, God willing, one day make $1 million, right? So 2 years after that video, I still have nothing. But I'm still making plays. I'm still networking. I'm still prospecting. I'm still creating content. I'm still trying to figure things out. I am not giving up. 5th year in the business. Those 4 years that I thought nothing was working, I hadn't realized that I was putting the groundwork. I was building a foundation to an individual who was gonna have all the skills necessary so when the business comes their way, I can outperform my clients' expectations and more and more and more business comes my way. And all of a sudden, year 5, I went from making $60,000 to $140,000, okay? And it was the easiest year of my life. Just clients kept coming. And I realized clients were there all along, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, but I had not yet developed enough for those clients to feel like they can reach out to me. It takes time and consistency. There's people watching you right now waiting to see if you'll fail. And if you don't, if you could prove them wrong, they'll say, oh damn, this guy's been in the game for a while. I will reach out to him when I'm ready to buy or sell something, right? That's what I learned in year 5. Year 6, I cracked $200,000 in income. I bought 2 apartment buildings. The way I think in after year 6 is absolutely different than who I was 4 years ago. So now, I own the 2 apartment buildings. I make probably like $2,000 a month in just cash flow, just easy money. My social media platforms, I have 47,000 followers on TikTok. I think almost 6,000 on Instagram, almost 15,000 here on YouTube. So please like, comment, subscribe so we get to 15,000. And I can't afford that Porsche Panamera with ease. I'm somewhat of a similar car. I drive an Audi Q8. And obviously I have a lot more than $27 to my account. And I don't share this story to brag or anything like that because I told you it took me 4 years just to crack 6 figures. I share this to show you that it's okay to struggle. The difference between the people who succeed and the people who fail is the people who succeed are willing and able to suffer just a little bit longer than the average person. Because the average person in real estate quits 2 years in. So I knew in my head, just by making it after 2 years, I'm already in the top 10% of real estate agents, right? Because 88% fail after 2 years. So I'm in the top 10%. 2 more years, I'm in the top 5%. And that's exactly what happens. Now you give me another 2 years, I might be in the top 1%. I don't know if I'll be a realtor that long, but we'll see what happens. Through those trials and tribulations, so many lessons were learned, character was built, a foundation was created. So even if I fail in real estate, right? Let's say the economy 23 goes to the gutter and I go from making $200,000 to 40, right? It's okay because the lessons live on with me forever. I already struggled for 4 years. I know how to struggle. I know how to make it out of it. And I know that I've done it before and it'll be even easier this time. So I wish you guys had the opportunity to struggle enough and make it to the other side, because when you do, you will look back on videos I just showed you and feel immense pride that you did that shit. So I hope this video motivated you. If you're struggling in your business, if I don't know what stage you are in your life, I want to make sure that I give you the absolute cold hard truth about what life is all about, so that way you could be better prepared. And if you want more guidance from me, I got 2 things for you. I got no courses, so chill. I got a 1-hour coaching call. It's in the description. Just put it on my calendar. We can talk about anything you want: investing, life, real estate, whatever. I'm very open. I give you everything I got. I also have a weekly Patreon. I do every Thursday, 10 a.m. Central. I get on a 1-hour call, $25 a month. You basically get 4 calls, 4 Q&As with me a month. Best deal on the internet. So if you enjoyed that, click the links, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.